This one's via Facebook from Mike. My nose has been bleeding for years. I went to my family doc and a hospital, but for some reason it bleeds almost every other day. I can be doing nothing, or I wake up and my pillow will have blood on it. What's causing it?
Well, almost every day is not good. I mean, most of us are going to have a nosebleed during the course of our life, and it's not that unusual. Not all nosebleeds are the same, as you know, in the ER. You can have a mild nosebleed, it's a nuisance, whereas you can have nosebleeds that literally you can bleed out and bleed to death. So there's a big variation. In general, we classify nosebleeds as being towards the front of the nose, so-called anterior bleeds, or posterior bleeds in the back of the nose. As a rule of thumb, the younger the patient, the more likely you are to have bleeds from the front of the nose, so-called anterior bleeds. And I'm going to demonstrate an anterior bleed for you. And this really can freak you out. If you're getting these all the time and it's dripping, it can be a real nuisance. So, you know, you've got to figure out what is causing it. In kids, typically it's the nose drying out and then picking the nose. In adults, it gets a little bit trickier. It can likewise be a deviated septum, allergies causing dryness in the nose, especially associated with a deviated septum, which just increases the drying. But
it could also be a blood clotting problem, or if you're on, say, a blood thinner.
That's the issue. It can be a sign of high blood pressure. You have severe uncontrolled hypertension, can present as a nosebleed, and typically those are posterior nosebleeds, and those can be life-threatening and very difficult to treat, as you know.
Well, you read about them in medical school, and then in the ER, I had a patient with such a severe posterior nosebleed that you're talking about not only life-threatening, but you have to put a breathing tube in because the patient is literally asphyxiating on their own blood because it is literally gushing that much and just flowing into their airway. So you have to control the airway. So I think what you're saying is if you're having a nosebleed every day, every other day,
you need to be evaluated and determine the cause. So go see an ear, nose, and throat specialist. He's going to look inside your nose. He's going to pinpoint where that bleeding point is. If it is towards the front of the nose, one of these anterior bleeds, cauterizing it should take care of the problem. He's going to want to check your blood pressure. He's going to ask you questions like, are you bruising easily? Are you bleeding when you go to the dentist, for example? All signs of an underlying bleeding disorder.